Hi, and welcome on my guitar lesson YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn how to tune your guitar by ear. And I know what you're going to tell me. What for? I got a tuner. I can use a phone app for tuning my guitar. Yes, that's right. But what happens if you don't have your tuner and that your phone dies? So, of course, you could run at the music shop and buy another guitar tuner for 20 bucks. But please don't do that. Learn how to use your ears. So the first thing you have to do is understand that there are connections between notes on the strings here for each string. So the first thing is to tune your first little string here. Okay? So the first thing is to get the famous A. And for that, when I was younger, I used to use the hand phone at my house and ask authorization of my parents, and I would get the A by just listening to the phone like this there. But you also have a fourth tuner here. So if I play it here, play it again. And that's the A. So what you can do there, once you have your A, you can also memorize it by ear and play your A. Does that sound like the A I'm singing and with the fourth tuner here? I think so. So when you think that your first string is tuned by turning up and down tuning pegs here, your first string is tuned. So now we have to compare string 1 and find that E note here on string 2, which is going to be on string 2, fret 5. So we're going to compare first with the note that's tuned correctly. And you hear if they sound the same, it's going to be a unison. So right here it sounds good. So I can say that my B string, second string, is tuned. Now let's move on here. If I play my B string here, I got to find my B string somewhere on string 3. And we're going to find the B here on string 3, fret 4. So we're going to compare the two strings like this here. Play them the two at the same time. Compare your string 2 with your string 3, fret 4. Sounds good. So that means my string 3 is being tuned correctly. So now let's go on string 3 and compare with the G here. I'm going to look for that note there on string 4, and that's going to be on fret 5. So okay, that sounds good. I'll play two strings at the same time. There's a good unison I hear. So I'm judging that by ear, of course. You can always check it after with the tuner, and it's a good exercise to work on your relative ear. I do not have the perfect pitch, but I have a good relative ear, and that's good enough for doing music and tuning my guitar. Okay, so now I consider that string 4, the D string here, is tuned. So I'm going to compare string 4 with, I have to find that D on string 5, and that's going to be on fret 5. That sounds good. So by comparing my string 4 with string 5, fret 5, I find my D here. So string 5 is tuned. Now let's play string 5, the H string, and compare, find that A on string 6. And it's going to be on fret 5. So if your strings are not brand new or worn out, that could false judgment on your tuning, okay? So it's better if you have new strings to work it out. It's a bit more tricky with older strings because you will see with the tuner, For example, here, this one here, you will see that the arrow is going to go a little bit like that. Okay, so if I compare the two of them there, that sounds good here. So I've tuned I compare my string 5 open that's tuned with string 6 fret 5. So remember, you have to find your A, so you can memorize that sound and sing it if you don't have a fork tuner, if you don't have a tuner, or if you don't have an app on your phone, and you play. So it's going to be 5, open with 5 on string 2. After you're going to have open on 2 with, and compare with 4 on string 3. After you're going to have open on string 3, compare with 5 on string 4. Open on string 4, compare with 5 on string 5. Open on string 5 and compare with 5 on string 6. Okay, that's pretty easy. So what we can do, for example, is that I could, for example, move that false, that B string there, and try to work it out. So here I know that my first string is well tuned. So you can hear that on fret 5 string 2, it's not the same note. Is it lower or higher? So the second note is going to be lower. And there it sounds good. So I retuned that B string there that was a little bit out of tune. I hope you enjoyed this lesson here. You can find the whole thing on my Patreon there with the tabs if you want something written on PDF. Have a good practice on your ear training and tuning.